Well, you're back to hear my amazing Heat versus Lakers prediction. You're back. Last video, I did pick the Lakers to win, but I also gave the Heat 5 ways they can win. And if they do at least 5 of these things, or 4 of these things, or 3 of these things, they'll increase their chances at winning. And I believe the 5 things were Jimmy Butler has to come out aggressive. And he has to lead the team to a victory for one. He has to have a triple double. I said that in my last prediction video. I said Jimmy Butler has to guard LeBron James as much as he can in the game. I wasn't expecting him to play 47 minutes, but they needed to win. So I was expecting him to play on defense the whole game. On defense, I was expecting them to give. I did say in the video I was expecting them to give them different looks. Sometimes play man, sometimes go 3-2, sometimes do a 2-3. I'm pretty sure they did that a couple of times, but most of the time I see Jimmy on LeBron. So I'm not really going to count that. I did say Bam needs to play, but Kelly Olynyk needs to have more minutes to stretch Anthony Davis out to the wing. We didn't really actually see that much Kelly Olynyk in the game. We actually didn't see. I don't think we saw him at all, honestly. At least I don't think that we saw him. And then number 5, I forgot what the 5th thing was. Yeah, I legit forgot what the 5th thing was. But the main 2 was Jimmy has to have a triple double and play aggressive, obviously, and he has to play defense on LeBron. Now, before I get into my prediction, this is what I've noticed from last game. So LeBron, he did have 40 points. He played great. Anthony Davis, I don't remember how many points he really had. He was kind of quiet. He probably had like a quiet 25 or whatever, but I know LeBron had like 40 or whatever. Some key things I noticed from the last game was that obviously Jimmy he led the charge and he played defense on LeBron. And LeBron, I'm going to address the last shot situation. For me personally, I would have rather have LeBron shoot that shot instead of passing it out to Danny Green. Danny Green has been absolutely terrible in the playoffs this year. Literally terrible. Like the worst of the worst. I think he's shooting like 24% from three-point line. And I would have preferred LeBron to shoot that last shot. Now, I know a lot of LeBron apologists and everything is going to say that it was the right play, which it was the right play. But the problem with this play was that he shouldn't have drove the ball down to the lane to pass it out. In my opinion, if you're hot and you have 40 points and you're unstoppable, it's okay. I'd rather live with LeBron taking the last shot than Danny Green, even though it is the right play. So I know a lot of LeBron apologists are going to say, well, he had 3 people on him and all this other stuff. But what they fail to mention is that it was literally a one-on-one between him and Jimmy Butler at the top of the key. In fact, if it wasn't for LeBron calling for the screen, I believe he could have got a better shot simply because he's taller and bigger than Jimmy. Even though Jimmy is a great defender, don't get me wrong. I would have preferred him to drive, pull up for a mid-range jump shot or something. Literally. The floor was so spaced out that, like, that's all. We've seen LeBron hit mid-range pull-up jump shots. He doesn't do it often, but we've seen him hit mid-range pull-up jump shots for game winners and everything. And I believe that was the best shot to take. But since he hasn't really worked on this consistently, I can understand why he would want to make the better play. And like I said, I don't agree with him making this play. I prefer him taking a shot, especially if he's supposed to be considered in the GOAT conversation, which he isn't to me. But I really do feel like he should have shot the last shot, especially from mid-range, and he already had 40 points. He was already hot. Now, the Markieff Morris part, Danny Green missing an open 3, we already know it's Danny Green, whatever, bricklayer. Anyways, Markieff Morris, although Anthony Davis did have the dude sealed off, I think he had Bam sealed off, it would have been a good pass if he actually passed it correctly, because there was a lot of time left. Also, for example, with that last play, I don't know why Danny Green was at the top of the key for the last shot, because it should have been Caldwell Pope or Rondo for the last shot. If LeBron's going to pass it out, if that was a drawn up play. Caldwell Pope has been hot. I think he had like 16 that night. Rondo's been shooting great from three. Danny Green hasn't played. He's played like absolute garbage truck juice for a while now. So that's just my thoughts on the last game as far as the prediction and everything. Another thing I noticed in the game that Duncan Robinson said, he was hitting threes. He was very clutch. Tyler Hero, he played okay. I didn't really see him take that many shots. It was really Duncan Robinson and Jimmy Butler down the stretch. So let's go into my prediction for this game. So for this game, I have the Heat winning this game. I think it's going to go 7. I had the Lakers win the last game, but I think the Heat is going to win this game. Now, the reason why I think the Heat is going to win this game is simply because the Heat kind of has the momentum at the moment. But I am going to tell you what I'm worried about. The Heat kind of has the momentum at the moment. I believe Jimmy believes he can win, obviously. Now, the only way they're going to win is if Jimmy goes off. He has to have a triple-double. He has to play defense on LeBron. By the way, I forgot to mention this. LeBron seems to want no smoke with Jimmy when Jimmy's on him. I don't understand this, but this has always been some things in LeBron's career that are like questionable. And I understand like it's a good basketball play. So for example, if I don't like a certain defender or like a way a certain defender defends me, I will call for the pick and roll, which is what he tried to do in the last play. I understand that, but it seems like if LeBron is faced with someone who isn't scared of him defensively, like Kevin Durant or Jimmy Butler, there's like a few other people, but those are like the main two that I really know. Sometimes Kawhi as well. He doesn't seem to be so much aggressive compared to when he has another person on him. Like there was one play in the last game where Jimmy Butler was on him, and you could tell he wanted to drive. That's why he was holding the ball for so long. But he called for the switch, and then as soon as he got the switch with Jay Crowder, he attacked Jay Crowder immediately. So those are just some key things I noticed, or that a lot of people actually noticed. But anyways, Jimmy Butler has to have an amazing game. Duncan Robinson has to have an amazing game. And Jimmy just has to lead this team to a win. They already have the momentum because they're obviously underdogs. But they believe they can win. They have everybody on their team that can score. I don't know if Goran's coming back. But they need to be defensively sound. And in my for the fifth thing. The fifth thing was to push the pace, which they kind of did in the last game. I think they need to push the pace again to tire out the bigs and everything again. I don't remember exactly what happened with AD last game, but I'm pretty sure AD's going to come out and try to put up points, which he's going to do anyway. LeBron's going to put up points regardless, but they have to play better than last game to beat the Lakers tonight, because the Lakers are going to come out with something to prove, especially after losing when everybody expected them to close it out. Now, here are the things I'm worried about with the Heat. The things I'm worried about with the Heat is exactly what happened when they won the first game. When they won the first game, when Jimmy Butler had the triple-double, and they won the first game, the next game they came out, Jimmy Butler was passive-aggressive and trying to get everybody else involved. In order for the Heat to win the game tonight, he can't do that. He can't have a great game and then come out passive-aggressive trying to get everybody involved. He has to come out with he has to come out in the mindset of attacking the Lakers right off the start. And once you get in that mode of attacking the Lakers nonstop, then he can get other people involved. I believe he really has to lead the charge in order for them to win. So those are just some things I noticed. Some things I think they need to do. For example, Jimmy Butler has to come out attacking right off the bat, and then then lead the charge for everybody else to start scoring. Duncan Robinson has to have a great game like last game. They have to play better, obviously, this game than last game, because the Lakers have something to prove. They have the momentum, and they really need to push the pace just to tire out the bigs like Anthony Davis, Dwight Howard, and basically any other big that plays or whatever. So let's go into how the Lakers are going to win. So for the Lakers, I feel like they just need to play how they always play. LeBron has to step up to the challenge and guard Jimmy Butler and take him out of his game in order for the Lakers to win. I don't know why Anthony Davis was guarding Jimmy Butler. Don't know why. LeBron should be guarding the most dangerous person on that team. Yeah, Anthony Davis was guarding him last game, so I don't understand that. LeBron has to guard Jimmy Butler and take him out of his game, make it harder for him. And although AD can guard Jimmy Butler to a certain extent, it's just, no, it shouldn't be happening. LeBron should be on Jimmy Butler. But besides that, I think Lakers just got to play like themselves. Play like themselves. Caldwell Pope and all them. If they're open, they got to hit threes. Rondo, we already know what they do. They've been hot in the playoffs. So they just got to play like themselves to win this. It's more so a struggle for the Heat to win than the Lakers to win, because the Lakers have 2 top 5 superstars. That's really that's the easiest way I could put it. But that's it for the video. That's my prediction. I have the Heat winning tonight. I think I have them winning. I'm gonna say I have them winning 105 to 99. That's my prediction. 105 to 99. I got the Heat winning, which is going to push it to a Game 7. And then I have the Lakers winning Game 7. I'll go into why I think that another time. That's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.